everybody, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I am so excited because today is my birthday and it's the first birthday celebrating Top Flight Stamps store opening. It's March 27th, 2018, and I have two giveaways for you guys. The first giveaway is on my blog, which is part of the Top Flight Stamps first birthday blog hop. Each stop on the blog hop is going to be giving away a $10 gift certificate to Top Flight Stamps. Plus, Top Flight Stamps is going to be giving a grand prize $50 gift card to a commenter who has commented on all of the blog hop stops. I am going to give away, for my birthday, a $25 gift certificate to a craft store of the winner's choice. Both giveaways are open internationally. To be entered into the $25 gift certificate giveaway on my YouTube channel, you just need to leave a nice comment in the comment section of this video and be a subscriber to my channel. That giveaway will be open through April 7th, and the giveaway on my blog, that giveaway will be closed on March 31st. So you just have a few days to comment over there, and I'll put a link in the description box below for that giveaway. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that Top Flight Stamps is having a 20% off sale on their entire store. So from March 27th through March 31st, you can get 20% off, and that coupon code will be listed right here. And let me just get started and share with you guys what I did. I used this adorable Quetzalcraft Jungle Animals stamp set. I absolutely love it. I think the little critters on here are so whimsical and so unique. And so I chose these three critters: the polka dot horse, the disgruntled or grumpy lion with a little bird sitting on top of his head, and this elephant that just looks absolutely exhausted. And I'm going to share with you guys just a little bit of Copic coloring of this polka dot horse as well as the elephant. And then I'm going to show you guys how I did the background with these Clarity Stamp stencil brushes, which are so fabulous. These are so great to get into the nooks and crannies of stencils. And adding some washi tape from my stash. I just picked some washi tape patterns and colors that I thought coordinated nicely with the colors that I had in the backgrounds and the wet colors that I chose to color up the little animals. And inside each card, I just used more washi tape and coordinating cardstock. Or I stenciled the inside liner the same way that I stenciled the background, maybe just slightly different. This one I did a bigger area and then added the same washi tape. This one I just did the stenciling, no washi tape. And then I added these fun sentiments that are from a couple of Dilutions stamp sets that I had in my stash. This is from the Quote Medley and this is from Quote Bubbles. And I just picked out some sentiments that I thought coordinated nicely with the little critters. So this one, the way I colored up the horse was with this rainbow colored sweater, and I gave him the sentiment, "I'm a rainbow sprinkle in a vanilla world." And I just heat embossed all the sentiments, fussy cut them out, inked the edges, and then popped them up on some double-sided foam dots, just to get a little bit of dimension and give that some visual weight to kind of coordinate better with the image in the background. This little lion that looks so exasperated is saying, "Pretending I'm a pleasant person is exhausting." Thought that was so fun. And then this elephant that's just plastered to the floor says, "I don't like morning people or mornings or people." Just cracks me up. I've stamped all the critters out on cardstock that is alcohol marker friendly, and the ink I used was Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I wanted to make the horse itself just like a white horse, kind of a dingy white horse. I was channeling the horse from Pippi Longstocking with the black spots, and I just decided to choose some warm grays, really pale ones for the body and then the darker for the mane and for the hooves and the tail end. Then for the sweater, I am picking 2 colors from each of the colors in a rainbow. And then I had to add one at the end because there were extra stripes. But basically, I colored up 2 stripes with the same color. So 2 darker and lighter stripes for the red, the orange, yellow, so on and so forth. And the middle section is where I had the highlight or the lighter color, and the edges I used the darker color of each, or darker tone of each color. So I went all the way down along the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then I added one more kind of like a red violet right there. And as you can see, I also had to quickly just go to the back side on the other side of the mane for some of those colors on the back side of the sweater as well. For the elephant, I chose a neutral gray. I would have used a warm gray, but I had already used that for the horse, so I thought I would go with a neutral gray. And I like to use neutrals or warm grays for living creatures like animals rather than the cool gray family, just because I think it makes them look a little more realistic. And that was, again, really quick. I just added a little bit of blush to his cheeks and that was it. Now for stenciling the backgrounds. I thought this bubbles background stencil from Dilutions would be perfect for that little horse with its spots. So I'm using some Tim Holtz Distress inks and these Clarity Stamp stencil brushes, which are so fabulous. I love how it blends colors together, as well as being able to do a really soft look like this, because it doesn't leave any of those marks from sponges anyway, I just think it gives such a soft look. And then I chose some washi tape patterns and colors that I thought would go well with the stenciling that I had done. For this background, I had used yellow and blue, and where the 2 came together, it formed a beautiful kind of like summer green. And I thought the chevron and the stars and the plain yellow would coordinate and give some energy, continuity in the energy of the feel of the image and the background with that washi tape. I'm adding some double-sided foam adhesive dots just to the head, and I've added glue to the rest of his body. So it looks like his head is coming forward a little bit where his body is more adhered directly to the background. Now for the elephant background, I am using a Tim Holtz stencil. This is called Splatters, and I'm using a different yellow and a tea dye ink, and I'm just blending from the inside out kind of on the card front, and again, blending really fast. I just make sure I dab first. When I put ink onto the brush, I dab off onto my scrap paper background and before I blend onto the card front itself, and that seems to prevent any kind of bristle marks showing up and gives a really soft blend. So again, yellow and then a little bit darker with a tea dye, and I think it gives a fun kind of coffee or tea stained background look to the back. I also decided I wanted one more kind of bigger splotch on the upper left, and I'm being careful not to flick my brush off the edge of the stencil, and I think that trio of big splotches works well. And then for the base, I wanted the flooring to coordinate with the colors, so I had this washi tape that was like a wood grain, and I'm just putting that on the base there. I've clipped off the ends. And then for the top row, I had this rope, super thin washi, and I thought that added a nice kind of baseboard look. And I'm adding glue to the base of the elephant, and then a couple of foam dots to the head and to the back toward the top of the image, so that again, the base looks like it's plastered directly onto the floor, and then there's a little bit of dimension toward the top of the animal. And I think that adds a nice little hint of dimension. Lastly, this is a Deco Art stencil by Andy Skinner called Tornado. And I love the swirl. It kind of brings your eye directly focusing toward the center of this stenciled area. So I'm starting again with some yellow. This is the Squeeze Lemonade. And then I think the red is a Festive Berries. And you can see me getting the ink directly onto the bristles of the stencil brush, and then going in and blending right where the yellow ends, and it creates kind of a beautiful tangerine orange where the two colors blend together. And this was so great. I just have to say, these stencil brushes are so fabulous. Blending with them is so easy, and I can just go in a circular motion, and it created the beautiful blend. No worries about any sponge marks or any harsh lines. It's just gorgeous. Now for the lion, I had Copic colored him and then fussy cut him out, but his whiskers and the little legs on the bird were so thin. I did fussy cut them out, but they were so kind of scraggly looking when I finished cutting them out that I decided I was going to stamp the image directly on the card front, and then I'm going to be able to put the lion without the whiskers and without the little bird's legs, all Copic colored, and just glue that directly on to the stamped image on the card front. And that gives a continuous, really clean look to those super fine details like the whiskers and the bird legs. And it looks like it's all one piece. And now I can just go in with a Copic multi-liner pen. I could have used any ink pen here, but I can just go in and fill in the details of the whiskers just to fatten them up just a little bit. But you can see how fussy cutting those little curly cute, really thin, delicate details would have been crazy. I lifted up the line a little bit at the bottom so I could add washi tape to the bottom as well on his card front so that he would have kind of a landing space for him to sit on. I'm cutting off, the first washi was kind of a black ombre, and then I decided I was going to use this black and white and red plaid, and it was a little thick, so I decided to cut it down a little bit. It's a little crooked. I end up covering up the bottom a little bit, but I wanted a little pop of color, and to coordinate with the background and the yellow in the color of the lion, I use this relatively thin yellow washi tape, but it was a little transparent and I didn't want the pattern of the plaid showing through. So I actually put 3 layers of this yellow washi tape on, and that gave the opacity that I wanted for a clean yellow strip there. And then I'm also going to just re-glue the base of that lion on top of the washi tape so that he is firmly, securely put in place. And then I just wanted to show you guys real quick the sentiments that I chose from the Dilution stamp set. I'm using my EK Tools powder tool to prep the cardstock base, and then I'm using Versamark ink to ink up the sentiments, stamp that down, and I'm pretty good with this impression, I think. Yeah, sometimes I use a MISTI because I'm not great with stamping, but I got a good clean impression, and I'm using some charcoal embossing powder from Zing to get the powder onto the sentiments. And I didn't want to use a black because I didn't want it to fight or be too strong, but I wanted it to be clearly legible. So I used charcoal. I thought it was a nice compromise. And I'm just heating it from the front and from the back so the paper doesn't warp too much. And off camera, I fussy cut everything out, ink the edges, and then pop everything on each card as I showed you at the beginning. I hope you've enjoyed this process video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to leave a nice comment here on this YouTube video for your chance to win a $25 birthday gift certificate. And head on over to my blog post where you can leave a comment there for your chance to win a $10 gift certificate. And if you comment on all of the blog hop stops, remember there is a $50 gift certificate that's going to be given away to one lucky commenter to Top Flight Stamps. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful crafty day.